Yo, what's good, fam? Agent O here, and it has been quite a while since I've uploaded any kind of content. Honestly, I've just been not really all that motivated to upload anything, any reviews or whatnot. I've been thinking a lot about the changes to the YouTube, like the adpocalypse and the FTC interference, and the possibility of being fined, even though, most of us are clearly not making content that's created just for kids. That stuff doesn't really worry me that much, but it's just one of those extra things that kind of makes working with this platform annoying. So it's just been kind of a bother, and having to make sure not doing anything I shouldn't be doing, or accidentally doing anything I shouldn't be doing, even though I've been doing what I feel I've supposed to have been doing all this time. But anyway, to add on to all that stuff, I've honestly just have been getting less and less motivated to do action figure reviews. I would have hoped that part of it is because I would have hoped that my channel would have done a bit better. I know the YouTube market is saturated with reviewers and whatnot. But also there are other reason for the state of my channel is also my fault. It's in the end it all comes down to me and what kind of content I put out, how I put it out, and when I put it out. And I haven't been consistently uploading content, and that's always been an issue for me. Part of it is procrastination. Another part of it is that I'm paying for all this out of my pocket, and so I have to be picky about what I decide to review. I can't review every new thing that comes out and try to keep up with everyone else that apparently either has disposable income or has some kind of shipment deal, or a deal with a website to upload their reviews on the website as a way to like market some of the figures towards consumers. But maybe if I had just done showcase vids instead of doing regular reviews like I had also planned on including, and I just never got around to doing it. But I just didn't follow through with it all, and so that's totally on me. The cost, along with the growing lack of motivation to consistently keep uploading reviews, is obviously a contributing factor to why my channel growth isn't growing how I would like it to be. So there's also a personal question that I've been asking with myself a lot lately, which is just how long do I plan on collecting until I feel that my collection is complete? Because honestly, it never feels like it's complete. Feels like there's always something, and I feel like I have to ask myself, when does it end? I mean, because it could perpetually go on forever. There's always a new IP being produced in the action figure form. There's always another better detailed, better articulated version of an existing character that I already have in my collection, and it's something that I'm gonna want. And I do get rid of older figures if I do buy or if I do find a better version of that figure. I usually do sell the older version, or I donate it or whatever. But that's just it. There's always something, and I'm just, quite frankly, I'm just getting closer and closer to being done with that race. I'm running out of room, in my little man cave to display all these figures and to keep them stored and whatnot. And and there's other things I want to do. I want to eventually either move, buy a house or a condo or whatnot, and I'd have to make some cutbacks in my budget in order to do that, which means I would have to put off collecting, because collecting is expensive, especially the figures I like to collect. They're not cheap. I pay I pay the MSRP, and then I pay for the shipping, because it's usually an import figure, because those are the ones that I think grab my attention the most, and it's not cheap. So I'd have to cut back on collecting if I'm going to move and pay to move and pay for, moving materials, pay for the next place I'm going to move to, which would be bigger, so I'd have more room to store all my stuff, that sort of thing. So, these are the things that I have to like kind of weigh in, because I'm not super rich. So I have to, figure out how I'm going to make all that stuff work. So I felt like, there needs to be a change. Since I've been feeling for a while that I want to move my channel in a different direction, and I've always loved video games, and I wanted to move more towards the direction of gaming, which is kind of stupid, but that's kind of where I want to go with, because it's technically, it could be a cheaper hobby for me, because I wouldn't have to spend as much money, because I could make a lot of content for one game as opposed to making content for one figure, reviewing it, and then whatnot, and then moving on to the next action figure. But I also wanted, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing action figure reviews. I just wanted to do something else and get motivated doing that, and I'll still keep doing action figure reviews, just not as many as I was doing before. And I'm pretty much going to probably start a second channel just specifically for video games, because I feel like when you have a channel that does something specific for a while, YouTube, and maybe it's their algorithm, I don't know what it is, but something about YouTube, they kind of pigeonhole that channel as, okay, it makes this kind of content, so we're only going to make sure your exposure goes to this audience or this specific demographic. And I think, like, because I've tried doing video game stuff before on this channel, and it never gets nearly as many hits as my action figure stuff. So I feel like if I start a different channel, it gets pigeonholed as a gaming channel, and I'll get more hits that way. It's worked that way with video games and with movie reviews that I've uploaded in the past. So I'm just gonna try that instead. Like I said, it's the gaming community on YouTube is congested with content creators and stuff, even more so than action figures. But I've been trying to brainstorm some ideas for gaming content that other creators aren't really doing as much, as a way to try and set myself apart from the other content creators. And I'd also like to give a big shout out to my friend Overkill, who I play a few games with online. He gave me a lot of good ideas for some content that I didn't even think about. So, in the coming future, I'm going to be executing a lot of those ideas, along with some other stuff that I've been kind of coming up with on my own. And, I'm still even though I'm going to reduce the amount of reviews that I do, which isn't that many anyway. I still have pre-orders coming in this year for stuff that's coming through. Like, I just pre-ordered that Riobot Tekkaman blade, because I have to have that in my collection. I've pre-ordered some other figure arts, some MCU stuff. And yeah, and there's other stuff I want to pre-order, like the Amazing Yamaguchi, Deku and All Might from My Hero Academia. I've pre-ordered the Figure Arts Sagat, the Figma Genos, the Mastermind Creations Stray re-edited, which is Drift. I'm still pre-ordering stuff. I also pre-ordered the MCU, the new Black Widow from the Black Widow movie, and I pre-ordered Taskmaster. And I was hesitant to pre-order Taskmaster at first, but the suit design itself has grown on me. I still don't dig the tactical helmet. I know it has a skull essence worked into it, but it just isn't working for me. When I first saw it, it instantly reminded me of the tactical helmet design of the main character from the Crysis games. And once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And the other reason why I'm getting this figure is also I'm almost positive that that some third-party customizers like Nada Studio or anybody out there for that, for instance, they're going to do some replacement heads for that figure. I'm almost positive somebody's gonna do that. And you know, I would love to see maybe an Udon head design, like a replacement head, or the helmet design that Taskmaster had in the PS4 Spider-Man game. I think that would fit very well with the suit design that they're doing in the movie for the action figure. Uh, I'm also still, aside from that, I'm still like cherry picking Transformer figures that I've been trying to get in my backlog to try and complete some stuff, like a couple of combiners, that sort of thing, and there's some stuff from Planet X. There are Planet X Transformers that they've been doing that I'm very interested in picking up. And I saw some pictures, I think, of the Toy Fair 2020, I think it was, where Storm Collectibles debuted a prototype for the Streets of Rage 4 Axel figure. And that might end up being the first Storm Collectibles figure I buy, because I haven't bought any since they've been around. Just because I might buy that Axel figure in the hopes that they do Blaze and Adam Hunter from the new Streets of Rage game as well, because that'd be cool to have those three in action figure form. You know, I need the trio though. I can't just be one character. Can't just be Axel. I need the trio, because Streets of Rage has been one of my all-time favorite video games since forever. And so I'm also excited to get Streets of Rage 4 when it drops, so I can, play that too, and, relive the fun that, we've always had playing Streets of Rage games. And so, yeah, I mean, I could continue going on and on about figures that I've been trying to obtain in my backlog, but that's just a rabbit hole for another day, because, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to catch up on. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much gonna do it. I was thinking of names for my channel as well, and I was settling on Agent OP. Just so that, it's, I don't know, I think about like branding and stuff like that, and so I figured, doing that keeping the name similar to my collector's name kind of would let people know that this content's coming from the same person, both new and previous, followers to my toy channel. So yeah, I expect to see that popping up in some manner or some way, shape, or form. And yeah, that's gonna pretty much do it. So, I would like to know what some of you guys think about this. Hit me up in the comments section below, and also if you hit me up on Facebook, I'm on there as Agent Omega Man. And like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I guess turn on notifications, even though I have heard sometimes the notifications don't work, but I guess do it anyway, because I guess having it work sometimes is better than having it work no times. So yeah, that's gonna pretty much do it. I will catch you cats on the next video. I'm Agent O, and I'm out. Peace.